For people, and we are here now with, Leecia Eve, who is running for Attorney General.
Yes,
How are you
yes.
doing, Leecia?
Oh, Terrence, it's great to be here. This is actually the first powwow I've ever attended, and I was honored. Lance Gum, president of the Shinnecock Indian Nation, I spent time with him here about a month ago, learning about more issues that affect Indian country, the really only true Native Americans.
Yeah.
And it is such a tremendous honor for me to be here. I've been here talking to people from all of the state, frankly all of the Northeast, but all across New York State, talking about my candidacy to be the next New York State Attorney General. I am proud that I am running as the most qualified, most prepared candidate to be the Attorney General, and is speaking to a lot of people here who are here for the powwow, whether they're from the Shinnecock Indian Nation or the Seneca tribe from Western New York. As Attorney General, I'm going to be someone who understands and appreciates the extraordinary history of the Native American people, and will treat each and every one of the Indian nations, including the Shinnecock Indian Nation, with respect and in a government-to-government relationship. And, there are going to be negotiations that we may have on challenging issues, but everyone has my commitment that I will come to those discussions with Attorney General, as Attorney General, with respect, with an effort to understand the history that frankly predates New York law, predates the federal Constitution. And so that we can resolve many of these issues that have been outstanding for many years. And so, yes, I'm here to make my case, and I'm really proud of the support that I've received from so many leaders of different tribes and different nations. But I'm also really here to pay my respect and to learn and to listen and learn. And it's been a wonderful evening, a wonderful experience.
Likewise, I'll agree 100%. It's a beautiful thing to pay homage and respect. And to allude to your point, you don't often see people who are running campaigns, as Attorney General, coming back to the people and, touching them, talking with them, physically exchanging in certain ideas. So, what is the inspiration behind, you coming here? And also, what are some of the main points that you want to get across, with your campaign?
Well, I'm born and reared in upstate New York, in Buffalo, New York, and Western New York. So I grew up knowing a lot about the Seneca Indian Nation, which is mostly in Western New York. And, I'm running as the most qualified, most prepared candidate to be the Attorney General needed at this most critical time. I've got more courtroom experience than any other candidate across the state. But part of my experience was I worked for Joe Biden, and I was Hillary Clinton's first Senate counsel and first Homeland Security advisor. But when I worked for Hillary for 4.5 years, focusing on social justice issues, that's when I really began to learn about a lot of the issues that we're facing in the country, particularly as it relates to issues with the federal government. And I spent a lot of time listening. From leaders of various members of the Mohawk Confederacy, as well as leaders of the Shinnecocks, really listening and trying to understand so many issues that have been out there for so long. And I'm proud, I don't know what all my opponents are doing, but I'm proud that I know for a fact that I am the only candidate that's really taken the time, off the campaign trail to listen and to learn, because I'm smart enough and secure enough to say, I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. And I want to go to people and listen to people who know a lot more about a particular issue than I do. And so a month ago, I spent probably close to an entire day on Shinnecock land, sitting down and really listening and learning from Lance Gums, the president. And he told me about the powwow this weekend. I said, I'm gonna definitely be back. He looked at me, he was like, I don't think she's really gonna be back. And when he saw me today, he said, wow, you were serious. You told me you were gonna be back, and here you are. And I said, well, I'm a person of my word. When I say I'm gonna do something, I follow through. That's the kind of person I've been my entire legal career. I've been a lawyer for 28 years since I graduated from Harvard Law School, and I've been fighting for social justice for more than 25 years, and I'm proud of the work that I've done and proud to bring all that experience to bear as the next Attorney General. So I really hope a lot of your viewers will go to my website or my Facebook page, LeeciaEve.com, take a time to learn about my candidacy. I'm really proud of the support I'm receiving from editorial boards across the state who talk about me being the most qualified and most experienced candidate. And, let me end with this, if I may. I've represented lots of different clients. But the case that I'm most proud of is a case where I represented hundreds of women incarcerated in District of Columbia prisons against the District of Columbia because of prison conditions they were living in. Women who felt that they had to give sexual favors to prison guards so they could be guaranteed to see their children. This was happening in our nation's capital in my lifetime. I had a matter where one of my clients literally had her leg chained to a hospital bed as she was bringing a child into the world. This literally was happening in the nation's capital. And myself, along with 3 other young women lawyers, we saw this. We saw it was inhumane. It was clearly unconstitutional.
Yeah.
And we brought suit and we fought and we won. I wasn't even 30 years old when I represented these hundreds of women against the District of Columbia. I took on the DC prison system, and at 29 years of age, I won. That's the kind of lawyer that I was when I was 29 years old, and that gives you just a glimpse of the kind of Attorney General I will be.
Wow, that's very great to hear. You know what? I want to say that I appreciate you and thank you, for giving Tan Clan the time to even. Thank you for giving Tan Clan the time to even exchange words. You have so much perseverance, so much strength, so much conviction, and someone running for Attorney General needs to have all of those qualities. And here at Tan Clan, we want to say that we support Leecia Eve, and we look forward to her winning. And going forward, we will be supporting you. Make sure to stay tuned and check out some of her work, and stay tuned. Follow the website.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I want to make it TV.